like this, 'cause the music makes me high. And if I only got one more night, I'm gonna leave out a loud goodbye.
This gonna be the type of night they make movies about.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Mr. Von. Mr. Von Channel Sweatbox. We back, we live, we active here on the channel. Yes, indeed, you know how we do. Still dodging those digital jabs, baby. And look at this. I'm actually getting my Last of Us Episode 9 season finale review up before the weekend. I watched it last night. Today is actually Monday. And I watched it last night, even though I put up my Episode 8 review late Saturday. It might have even been early Sunday, I don't remember. So, I'm working hard. But yes, The Last of Us, Episode 9, Season 1, finale. Oh boy. Spoiler review. Let's get into it. So, for those of you who have played the game, you guys know what's about to go down. For those of you who didn't play the game, how shocked were you when Joel went on a murder spree and destroyed humanity's last hope of survival? Man, we'll get to that. So the episode opens up with them traveling. They're talking. Joel's in a really open space now, since he's since he's accepted Ellie, that he loves Ellie and Ellie's his daughter. He's just chatting it up, chatting it up. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Ellie's over there visibly going through every stage of trauma. Post-traumatic stress that a person could go through after almost being raped, murdered, and eaten by a cannibal. And Joel's oblivious to all of it. I thought that was funny. I found that humorous because it kind of happens like that in the game. After the whole David situation, there's a moment where Ellie's kind of aloof and she's not really listening to Joel when Joel's talking about this and that. And you can also tell that Joel's just way more open about stuff, talking about Sarah. I'm talking about it in the show. Talking about Sarah and all that, how much her and Sarah would have got along, teaching Ellie how to play guitar, which obviously is a huge Easter egg for season 2 and everything that comes in season 2. And we're going to get to season 2. We're going to do a whole spoiler talk at the end of this and look ahead to season 2. Yeah, and then we get the infamous giraffe moment. First of all, I love the whole scene of her dropping the ladder down. I think that's the first time we've actually gotten that in the game, in the series, that they do that. Because obviously you do that in the game all the time, where you're boosting Ellie up and she's dropping ladders down and all that. But this time, just like in the game, she drops the ladder down and runs because she sees the giraffe. And Joel's like, "What's going on?" He has to catch up to her. And the whole scene was just great. Don't know if that was a CGI giraffe or not. This ain't RRR. That was really good CGI. Okay, there was I couldn't figure it out. I'm not sure. It probably was CGI, but it was really good. They went to Disney, was like, "Hey, can we get that Lion King CGI for this scene?" So yeah, it was really good. That was all. The whole scene was great. And then the talking, the bonding between the two of them when he goes back to the pun book, and that moment. Hold up, before we get to that, the moment where he talks about almost killing himself, and you can see he just gets real emotional. He just, saying, like, and even Ellie's like, "Well, I'm glad you didn't do that." And it's all right. Let's get back to it. Neither one of them. They're both. That's what I love about them. They're both just so similar at the same time, so different. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them want to get too much emotion, but they both are very appreciative and just in the moment of the the bond that they're developing. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really good. And then the whole going back, and then to break the tension, they break out the pun book, and they're going through the puns. It's great. And then, boom! The fireflies jump them. Flashbang, you know what I'm saying? God, Joel gets knocked out. I mean, this episode was short, 43 minutes, but they got the point. I'll get back to the actual opening of, let me get back to it. Let me do that right now. I'll get back to it. We'll do that now. Because the actual opening shows Anna, Ellie's mom, pregnant. It's another flashback. Pregnant, running through the woods, getting chased by a runner. And she makes it to a Firefly safe house, and nobody's there. So she goes up into the room, tries to lock herself in. It doesn't help. the runner gets in, bites her, and then the whole time she gives birth to Ellie while she's fighting off the stock. It was actually the way they did it was really cool. How she's fighting off the runner. You know what I'm saying? Stabs him up. She dies. Next, and I actually don't even remember the sequence of how it happened. When she kills the runner, you hear Ellie crying because she's been born, and then you look, and then she realizes she's bit, and then she cuts the umbilical cord. I think that's the process of what had happened. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that whole scene was just really awesome. And then later they finish off the scene with Marlene coming in. Marlene seeing she has the kid, seeing she's bit. Marlene has to kill her. Marlene's the one who kills Abby. I mean, not Abby. Anna. Or what? I forgot her name. Kills Ellie's mom. Yeah, great scene. And again, props to the actress who played Marlene. She really, really, really did her thing this season. And then the ending scene with her and Joel, we'll get to that. So yeah, that opening scene with Ellie being born and her mom Anna, also of course being played by the actress who voiced Ellie in the game. Really cool Easter egg. So anyway, we get back to now. Joel's been captured by the Fireflies. Not really captured, but they didn't know who he was. So they did capture him. They take Ellie, and Joel's like, "Where's Ellie?" And Marlene's like, she's being prepped for surgery, and that's when Marlene tells her they're gonna make a vaccine, but it's gonna kill Ellie. And Joel's like, "The hell it ain't." So he tries it. She's like, "Look, I understand your feelings. I was there when she was born. Trust me, I understand how you feel. This is the only way." And Joel's just like not having it. He's not happy. Yeah, and so then we get the scene. They're trying to take Marlene's ordered take Joel to the edge of the city, give him his backpack, give him the knife. She's gonna give him the knife, you're saying she's trying to be as sympathetic as possible. This is, I mean, we can have an entire debate on who was wrong and who was right in this situation. Instead, Joel decides he doesn't want to go to the edge of the city. He's gonna go save Ellie, and he goes on a murder spree. And I love how they did it, because in the game it's very hard. You got to sneak around. You know what I'm saying? Use your stealth tactics. Make sure you get good headshots. It's very complicated in the game. It's like the last thing you do in the game. It's like the final boss. So it's super tough. And in this one, he just goes through. I was like, man. Very nice. It was just very well done. It was just very well done. And then the final scene when he walks into the surgery room, kills the doctor. Like I said, we'll get to that in the spoilers. Kills the doctor, takes Ellie, gets to the garage. Marlene tries to stop him, murders Marlene. And how they intercut it between him driving away, him driving in the car, and you don't know if he has Ellie with him. And then you cut back, yeah, he has Ellie. He shoots Marlene. Marlene's like, please don't kill me. He's like, you'll just come after her. Bam! I mean, that was the most cold-blooded Joel I've ever seen. The way he was you just come after her. Bam! No hesitation. I mean, it was cold-blooded, man. Joel was murder life Joel in this one, man. It was bad. But completely well done. And then so he kills all the Fireflies, escapes with Ellie. Ellie wakes up. He tells her, hey, he tells her the lie. It's like you said, if you know from the game, he tells her the lie. There's more immune people, dozens of them, and they've given up trying to find a cure. They couldn't make it work. But then this one they expand. He said, Raiders attacked the hospital. I had to get you out of there. I barely got you out of there alive. She's like, what happened to Marlene? She was like, were people hurt? He was like, yeah. What about Marlene? He doesn't say anything. And then you get the shot of him killing Marlene. And she's like, I'm sorry. And then as they get back to as they get back to Tommy's, they have that final scene. She's like, she tells him what happened between him and Riley, how she had to kill Riley, how all this death has got to be for something. She says, you swear to me, everything you told me about the Fireflies is true. He looks her dead in the eye and lies. He said, I swear to you. And she's like, okay. Season ends. And that's how it ends in the game. And as a gameplay, I was like, are you serious? Is that really how it's going to end? I was so irritated with the ending of the game, but it's perfect ending. And then perfect ending for the season. So that's the end of Season 1. Last of Us. super spoiler alerts, okay, for anybody. Like, we're spoiling the show for sure, but this is, we're gonna talk season 2, and we're gonna talk Last of Us Part 2. So if you don't want to know what happens in Last of Us Part 2 and what's coming, get the fuck out of here right now. But if you stand for the spoilers, all right, let's get into it. So the doctor that Joel murdered, you guys know from the game, is the father of Abby, who is one of the main characters in The Last of Us Part 2. And we all know what Abby's infamous for, if you want to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to be that much spoiler, because I know there's some people that are just hard-headed and watch this anyway, and I'm not going to just ruin your life. But there are things that are going to happen in Season 2 involving Ellie that are going to upset a lot of people. But The Last of Us Part 2 is such a longer game than the first Last of Us, because you have Ellie's entire story, you have Abby's entire story, then you have the side missions that you do with Joel, as far as and all that stuff, and you know what I'm saying? So I can absolutely see them doing Season 2 and Season 3, and then having the culmination of the game not come until Season 3, and actually have Season 2 be almost all about Abby and her story, and then having at the end of it that giant reveal of what happens, and then ending Season 2 on the boom, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all of that. But I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see how they do it. And I didn't want to get into much spoiler stuff, but as you know, it gets dark in The Last of Us Part 2, especially the ending with what happens to Abby, and then oh my god, it gets really dark. So yeah. And again, the question, was Joel right for what he did? Was he the villain? Is Joel the villain? Again, for people who have parents, they say I don't have any kids. So I have a niece that I love to death, and I know I'd murder everybody in the world if anybody ran up on her. So, but that's, again, I'm not a parent. That's different. So I don't know. There's very much an argument to be made that Joel was wrong and that what he did is 100% justified. There's an argument on both sides, and it's been happening since the game was released back in 2014. Yeah, so 2013, I think it was whenever the game was released. I don't remember. Anyway, that's it. The series was great. I can't wait for Season 2. It's gonna be a minute. Pedro Pascal is a busy man. Mandalorian's going on right now. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy the season of Last of Us? How do you feel compared to the game? Are you looking forward to Season 2? Or is your divisive feelings towards Abby having you very, very, very weary about what's coming in the future? Let me know your thoughts. And of course, as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click those notifications so you know when we upload. Check out the travel vlogs, man. A lot of cool stuff happening over there. And of course, we got a little bit of merch, you know what I'm saying? We back live active t-shirts, Sweatbox travel t-shirts, and a couple other cool original designs over on the little Etsy shop. So go check it out, man. And of course, until next time, you know how we do. Peace. 100.
I'ma go to the ends with you.